Holis, I'm Stephie and welcome back to my magical corner. Today I wanted to talk more about collecting on a budget or secondhand Disney because it can get hard collecting something you like from Disney because it's too expensive. So I found that a very good way of getting stuff is secondhand buying because it's cheaper, honestly. But you also need to know how to get them cheaper and not pay crazy amounts of money on eBay or Etsy, which is okay if you have the money and if you can afford it, go for it. I would do it if I could, but since I can't, I have to find other ways. Like going to a flea market, I always do it. I haven't gone for months now because I haven't had a chance. But almost everything in my collection, in my Daisy Doll collection, comes from the flea market. There's also swap meets, thrift stores, Goodwill, Facebook groups dedicated to buying and selling. There's a lot of places you can get secondhand stuff, but it depends. It will depend how much are you willing to pay. I have a few pieces that I found from a vintage toy seller here. They were $6 for all of them, but I've seen them on Etsy for more. For example, this piece. One of the things that you need to look for is quality. Well, first you need to think about how much are you willing to pay for you, what it's worth it and what it's not. For example, for some, having this paint chipped, let me get closer. You can see the paint job. It's a little bit messy because of the time. It hasn't been kind to it. For me, I don't care. It's still worth it. For some, it's not. So you need to think about what it's worth it, what it's not, how much are you willing to pay. Are you going to complain later? If you're going to complain later, it's not worth it. If you are willing to fix it, if it's broken, if you don't mind if it's broken, even if you don't fix it. For example, for me, a deal breaker is if it's missing a piece. If it's missing a piece, I will not buy it. That's my only standard, pretty much. If it's dirty, I will clean it. I clean everything, so that's not a problem. If I know I can fix it, I will fix it, so I don't care. And even if I don't there's a piece that I haven't fixed, but it can still stand, so I really don't care. But that's my only standard. If it's missing a piece, then I don't buy it. Anything else? For the sake of this, $1 is 20 pesos. If I don't remember to convert pesos to dollars, $1 is 20 pesos right now. But for example, for me, I have stuff from 15 pesos, which is 85 cents, up to $3, 60 pesos, I think. I don't remember if that's correct. Secondhand. No. I think it was 120. I think, which is $6. But still, if you go to a flea market, I think that's the place where you're going to get the cheapest deals. I've heard that in the US, on swap meets, you can get stuff even for a quarter. I haven't been there in a hot minute. It's been years since I've been to an American swap meet. I don't have the time for that. I haven't had the opportunity to make time for that. But if I go, I will tell you my experience. I wanted to make a video while going to a flea market this week, but I didn't go. I was sick. I'm better now, but that day I was feeling horrible. It's a Tuesday. Tuesdays is the day that I like to go to a flea market. There are other days here, pretty much on the whole city. There's a flea market every day. So one of them, my nearest ones, is Tuesday. I love it. That's a place where I get most of my collection. So I'm always seeing this. So yeah, you pretty much you have to think if it's worth it for you, if you're going to complain later, how much are you willing to spend or pay. um, how far are you willing to look for it? Because if you're not willing to go that far, then search for places that are near your area but are also near schools or parks. I have found those places to have the most toys or plushies because of the kids nearby, which is totally awesome because I have found stuff that I didn't thought or knew it existed. So that's super fun to find for your collections. Finding stuff for Daisy isn't easy because she's an underrated character. She's not that popular. So yes, I have spent a month without any Daisy stuff because the people that I buy from haven't had any new toys from Daisy. They constantly buy and they try to have new stuff each week, but that doesn't guarantee that you're going to find your favorite character. For example, Mickey, I have Tsum Tsum here, also from a thrift store, a flea market. You can find him everywhere, and I know collecting Mickey can get very overwhelming, so if you want to narrow it down, it's okay. For example, Mickey that's licensed only by Mattel, or Mickey that it's exclusively from parks or only from the Disney store. It's totally fine. You can actually find stuff like that. It's not going to be a lot, but still it's going to help narrow your collection or what you're looking for if you want to save money. Because if you don't have any limit like me, my only standard is if it's missing a piece, then you're going to spend, even if they're cheap. My cheapest piece was 15 pesos, 85 cents, and the most expensive is $6. Everything else, it's around $1 or two. It's not that I buy 8 pieces in one day. It has actually taken a little bit of time to find each piece in my collection, but but still, if I put them together, it's going to be a lot of money. Worth it though, because I have them in my collection. Not that much actually, because I have spent even 5 pesos for something. 5 pesos, it's a quarter. So to me, going to the flea market is totally worth it. I love it. And I'm still looking at my notebook. How much are you willing to pay for it? If you think that $5, anything over $5 is not worth it, then don't buy it because you're going to regret it later. It's better to have a piece and say, I love it, than to look at something and say, why did I pay so much for you? It's better to be happy than have regrets. Garage sales are not a thing here. They used to be, but not anymore. I don't know why. But yeah, if you can find a garage sale over there, which I think they're still common in the US, I don't know. It's totally worth it because you don't know how much they're going to sell their stuff. It might be $1, it might be too expensive. Just browse around and you will find something eventually. I'm still reading. yeah, that's pretty much it. I want to make this like different parts and explain a little bit more, because if I say it all in this specific video, it's gonna be over 20 minutes, and I know that because this is my third time taping this, so filming, taping. This is my third time filming this, so yeah, I'm going to leave it here with those tips, just a little bit of introduction. And I hope for next week to go to a flea market finally and film something. My experience there and a little bit what I find there. This week I couldn't, so I hope to do it next week. And yeah, one thing that you're going to notice on my video if I do tape it is that I don't bargain. I hate it. Hate it with my life. Because my mom sells at a flea market, so she already sells very cheap stuff. She knows that she has a lot of clients that buys from her for then go and sell it to another flea market or on the internet a lot more expensive than what they paid for it. She knows, she doesn't care. She's like, if I can help another person start their business by giving it cheap but still making a living out of it, then I'm fine. So that's why I don't like to bargain, because I don't know if that person is in the same situation where they like to help people by giving their stuff cheap, so the other people can go and start their business and resell the stuff. So that's the thing that you're going to notice. If I ever buy something for less, it's because I didn't bargain, because they offered me a lower price. It happened to me 2 times where I went like, thank you, and just left the piece alone, and they themselves were like, you can take it for this. So that's the only way that I'm going to pay less for something. But yeah, bargaining is a common practice here. I imagine that over there also when it's flea markets and stuff like that. But I really hope I can film next week because I feel like it's going to be a fun experience. There's a lot to see, so I'm thrilled of showing you a little bit of my world, my Tuesdays that I love. But yeah, those are like a little bit of tips about what to look for when collecting something, how to narrow down your collection, because it can get a little bit overwhelming if it's a popular character. If it's not, it can get tough. So this is like filled with Daisy Ducks that I will show later in another video because this one is getting too long. So if you want to see more about collecting on a budget, thrift shopping, please tell me down below. I will have my social media on the description, and I hope that if you would like to continue this journey with me, you will subscribe. And yeah, I can't wait for next week. I really, really want to film on the flea market, so let's hope I'm feeling better and let's hope it happens. But that's it for today. Hope to see you next week. Bye!